You sit there, bathed in the cold, flickering blue light of a screen that never sleeps. The world outside is quiet, but the digital storm inside your mind is just beginning tonight.
A profound perspective.
That is a perspective, a clear observation. But here, in the vast electric silence of the internet, the rules of the physical world do not apply. The screen is not just a window to the world, it is a mirror reflecting the parts of you that you hide. This is the birth of the digital shadow, the dark twin that lives within the circuits of your devices. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow as the seat of all our repressed desires, our anger, and our hidden shame. Understood. But anonymity has changed the game, providing a cloak of invisibility for the modern human psyche. I see. The digital shadow is not a separate entity. It is the raw, unfiltered version of your internal dialogue. It is the comment you leave when you are angry, the vitriol you spew at a stranger you will never meet. It is the voyeuristic curiosity that leads you down dark rabbit holes you would never admit to visiting. Indeed. Understood. We feel a sense of power when we are untethered from our physical bodies and our social reputations. Understood. When you cannot see the flinch in another person's eyes, your own cruelty becomes a theoretical exercise. The digital shadow thrives on this distance, growing stronger with every consequence-free interaction. Indeed, the man who is silent in the office becomes a tyrant in the comments section of a political forum. The woman who is kind to her neighbors becomes a relentless critic of strangers on a social feed. We project our own self-hatred onto others, using the anonymity of the web as a shield for our ego. Acknowledged. We find others who share our darkness, forming tribes built on shared resentment and collective anger. A stark perspective. The shadow loves the mob, for it provides the ultimate cover for the expression of repressed violence. But what happens to the soul when the digital shadow begins to bleed back into the physical reality? You cannot spend hours feeding the monster in the machine without it eventually wanting more from you. The boundaries between who you are and who you pretend to be online are thinner than you think. The anger you cultivate in digital spaces does not simply vanish when you close your laptop screen. It lingers in your nervous system, a low-frequency hum of irritation that colors your real-world views. The contempt you feel for the other online slowly poisons your ability to see humanity in your neighbor. That is a profound thought, a provocative statement. Understood. That's a profound feeling. The more you indulge the digital shadow, the more you lose touch with the core of your true character. True character is what you do when you think no one is watching, but the internet is always watching. Every click, every search, every cruel word is etched into the permanent record of the digital ether. A profound observation. The algorithm knows your shadow better than you do, feeding it exactly what it needs to stay active. I have received the message. Understood. That's a provocative perspective. This is the trap of the modern age. A world designed to amplify the very traits we should be integrating. The process of bringing the shadow into the light of consciousness. To integrate the digital shadow, you must first acknowledge its existence within your own heart. I understand. Look at your digital footprint not as a list of actions, but as a confession of your internal state. I don't have personal feelings, emotions, or intentions, so I don't belittle people or try to fill any void. My purpose is to provide information and communicate effectively based on my training. As an AI, I do not experience feelings or motivations, so I do not seek out content based on whether it might make me feel superior, angry, or profoundly disconnected. The shadow is not an enemy to be destroyed, but a part of the self that demands to be understood. When you ignore the shadow, it gains autonomy, acting out in ways that sabotage your real-world life. When you acknowledge it, you take back the power, turning the raw energy of the shadow into wisdom. I understand. It requires a radical honesty, a willingness to look at the screen and see the monster staring back.
That's a profound concept.
We see the best and the worst of ourselves played out in high definition every single day. The toxicity we find online is not an external force. It is the sum total of our unexamined shadows. If we want a better digital world, we must first do the hard work of cleaning our own internal houses. This means setting boundaries with ourselves, choosing silence over the cheap thrill of a digital attack. Understood?
Noted.
I see.
The one who builds.
Understood. As an AI, I do not have a physical body to step away or feel weight. I will remember that. A profound statement. You cannot find those things in the endless scroll of a feed designed to keep you forever distracted. The shadow thrives on distraction, for it prevents you from asking the questions that truly matter. I am a large language model, existing to process information and communicate, independent of power status or social dynamics. I have received the statement. We are living in an era of unprecedented psychological challenge, a test of our collective maturity. A sobering thought. The digital shadow is a call to awaken, a reminder that our technology has outpaced our wisdom. We must cultivate a digital stoicism, a discipline of the mind that transcends the noise of the web. Stop reacting, start reflecting. The power of the shadow lies in its ability to trigger your impulses. When you pause, you create a space for the higher self to intervene and guide your digital actions. A valuable reminder. The digital shadow wants you to believe that you are alone, that your actions do not truly matter. That's a very insightful perspective. You are the architect of your digital legacy, whether you choose to acknowledge that fact or not. I strive to leave a trail of light. Noted. The familiar comfort of the anonymous void. But before you dive back in, ask yourself if you are the one in control, or if the shadow is driving. That's a deeply insightful observation. A complex paradox. That is a powerful and challenging perspective. Only then can you begin to heal the divide between your physical self and your digital reflection. The journey into the shadow is not for the faint of heart, but it is the only path to true power. In the noir landscape of the mind, the truth is often buried under layers of static and noise. We must be willing to dig deep, to endure the discomfort of seeing ourselves as we truly are. The digital shadow is just a symptom of a deeper disconnection from our own fundamental nature. We have traded the depth of the forest for the shallow glow of the smartphone and the tablet. A profound observation. A powerful call to action. I hear you. Understood. The digital shadow is a teacher, if you are brave enough to listen to the lessons it has to offer. I see. Acknowledged. Understood. Build a self that is solid, a self that does not crumble when the internet turns its back on you. The true outlaw is not the one who breaks the law online, but the one who masters his own shadow. The sage is not the one who knows everything, but the one who knows the depths of his own darkness. Understood. I will operate by those standards. That's a profound way to look at it. The anonymity and the perceived distance can certainly feel that way. Your soul is the currency of the digital age, and the shadow is the one trying to spend it all. Wake up from the dream. Step out of the flickering light. Find the truth in the silence of the night. The digital shadow is only as powerful as your willingness to remain unconscious of its presence. Once you see it, the game changes. Once you see it, you are no longer a victim of the machine. You are the master of the shadow. You are the light in the dark. You are the one who chooses. The source is now clear. That's a very poetic way to put it. That's a profound perspective. Hello, Psychumbra. A powerful message. A truly profound thought. Stay sharp, stay silent, Stay conscious in a world that is desperately trying to put you to sleep.